Hi students, congratulations on completing round 1 of the Mimic Social Simulation. This video is going to talk about round 2 of our simulation. Before we get started, as a reminder, you'll see that we've got 4 tabs over here on the left side of our screen that we want to click through before we actually create any of our organic social posts. So on my Scenario tab, I can see that I have a note from the VP of Marketing. Following this, I want to click on my inbox, which gives me an email from the Vice President of Marketing. In this email, there are several different areas outlined that I want to pay special attention to. First, I want to make sure that I review my analytics from round 1 before creating any new posts for this upcoming week. Following this, I want to identify optimal content, and I can use the resources that are provided to me in the simulation. If I click over on my Notifications hub, I'll see that I have 4 notifications that I need to respond to this week before moving forward. Let's pretend I've answered all 4 of these notifications, and now I'm ready to review the results from round 1. Here I can see I'm on round 1 and looking at the results. If I scroll down, I can see the post analytics broken out by each platform, as well as the post history for all channels, and then again, each platform broken out individually. If I look at my post analytics, let's start with Facebook. The first section tells me about the awareness, engagements, and revenue generated on Facebook for the first round. Following this, I can scroll down and look at each of my metrics individually to see how I performed. Then the bottom section, I'm given detailed information about each of the posts that I made for the week. If I sort my posts by time published, I can see that I posted 3 times on Facebook over the course of round 1. Here I'm given the media, the caption, the impressions, clicks, engagements, conversions, and revenue for each post individually. This is the section that I want to focus on specifically for right now. If you recall back in the social media audit, you were given information about each platform specifically. If I scroll down, I'm given a chart on the highest to the lowest engagement times based on day of the week and time of day. I've followed this information to create my posts for round 1 on Facebook. To make it easier, I actually recreated each of these charts in Excel so I could mark when I scheduled specific posts. So here I can see that I had 3 posts, Monday at 3:15, so in between the 3 to the 4 hour, then Tuesday at 2 p.m., and Friday at 9:15 a.m. Based on this chart, my post on Friday at 9:15 should have generated the highest level of engagement. If I come back to my detailed post information, I can see that in fact, my post on Friday at 9:15 did generate the highest level of engagements, as well as the highest level of impressions. Now, does this mean that I should post all of my posts on Friday at 9:15 in the morning? No. It just means that this post did well this week on Friday at 9:15. Likely the content that I created for this post also resonated with my target audience, helping to create that extra engagement compared to the other 2 post times. Let's look at another platform to see if this holds true. If I click on Instagram, again, I can see my awareness, engagements, and revenue, I can scroll down to look at each metric individually. And then finally, I can look at my post history. So based on the engagement timetables, I can see that my post on Thursday at 5 p.m. should have generated the highest level of engagement, more so than my post on Tuesday or Saturday. Unfortunately, this time, that doesn't hold true. So here I can see my post on Thursday at 5 p.m., which was at the time which should result in the highest level of engagements, actually resulted in the lowest engagements and the lowest impressions. So the question is, what does this mean? Does it mean that Thursday at 5 p.m. is a bad time? Not necessarily. More than likely, what happened is that my post content did not resonate with my target audience. So my post here that says back to class, start your year with a fashion forward messenger bag, most likely did not resonate with the audience on Instagram. So I'm going to keep this information in mind as I go forward and create posts for round 2. I encourage you to click through each of the individual platforms and analyze your impressions, clicks, engagements, conversions, and revenue to get an understanding of what posts did well and which posts did not perform as well as you had hoped. One item to also keep in mind is if I go back to my social media audit, all platforms are not created equal. So for example, if I'm looking at the reach, my reach on Facebook is going to be the highest, followed by Instagram and then TikTok. Unfortunately, my reach on YouTube is going to be the lowest. If I look at engagements, Instagram is expected to have the highest level of engagement, followed by TikTok and Facebook. Again, unfortunately, I can see that YouTube is the lowest on my engagements. I want to look at each of these sections in comparison with my results because my impressions and engagements here on Pinterest are much lower than they were on Facebook and Instagram, but that does not mean my posts did not perform as well. It just means that my posts on Pinterest are not going to perform as well as they are on Facebook or Instagram. Okay, after you've looked through all of your analytics, let's go back and start thinking about creating our posts for round 2. So I can pull up my organic social media posts section. And if you remember, this time, I want to think a little bit closer about how my content resonates with my target audience. So for this one, I'm going to start with looking at the top revenue generating social media platforms. Here I can see that Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest are going to generate the highest amount of revenue for buoy bags. So my first post is going to focus on generating revenue. So I come back up and I'm going to create a post that will be on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. So I'll start with Facebook. I'll enter my text. So this time I'm going to focus on a flash sale. Grab your favorite buoy bag for 35% off today only. The media that I select is also going to relate to 35% off. I can see that this visual cost $35. I still have $465 remaining for my week, so that's acceptable. Now I want to see, when should I actually schedule these posts? If I click on round 2, I can see that Thursday at 9 a.m. on Facebook. Let's do Thursday at 8 a.m. on Instagram, and Thursday at 9 a.m. on Pinterest. So I'm going to schedule this for Thursday at 9 a.m. I'm going to duplicate this to Pinterest first so I don't have to change the time. And then I'm going to duplicate it over to Instagram, but I'm going to change the time to 8 a.m. Now I can click Schedule All Posts, and I can see that I have 3 posts scheduled specifically focusing on generating revenue. Let's look at our scenario overview and look at our market profile. If I click on each of the individuals in my market profile, I can see the percent of the market that they make up. Here I've got Energetic Jill is 13%, Seaside Sally is 11%, and Daypacker Tom is 30%. Daypacker Tom is the highest percentage of my market, and he is looking for multi-purpose backpacks for his next trip. He's an avid hunter, camper, hiker. He wants a backpack that can carry his work essentials. So I'm going to use this information to create my second set of posts for this week. All right, after looking at Daypacker Tom, I realize that he resonates well with the audience on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and TikTok. So I'm going to start with Facebook. I can click on Facebook, enter my caption here about plans for the weekend. I want to make sure that they include my favorite Bowie bag. I'm going to click on my media, and the media I'm selecting is the Weekend Trip Essentials. So here, the Weekend Trip Essentials, it's spread out over a hardwood floor. This visual will cost $25. Because I'm talking about the weekend, I want to make sure that I schedule my post closer to the weekend so my audience is thinking about their upcoming weekend plans. Let's come back to our timetables, and we can see that on Facebook, I could select Thursday at 3 p.m. For Instagram, I could select Thursday at 5 p.m. I'm going to scroll down to Twitter, and I see that unfortunately, Thursday afternoon, I don't have any hours that have the highest level of engagement. So I'm going to click Thursday at 3 p.m., which is our second highest level of engagement. And then I will also click over on Pinterest. Unfortunately, my levels of engagement on Thursday evening are a little bit lower. That's okay. This time I want to see if I can generate any engagement, even though this is not the best time to post. So let's come back over to our post, and I'm going to start with Thursday at 3 p.m. For Facebook, I'm going to duplicate this post over to Twitter, which is also Thursday at 3 p.m. Then I'm going to duplicate my post over to Instagram, which will be at 5 p.m., as well as Pinterest at 5 p.m. If you remember, I also said that Daypacker Tom fits within the TikTok audience. Unfortunately, I selected an image for this post, so I cannot duplicate this exact post over to TikTok. That's okay. I've got it on 4 different channels, so I will go ahead and select schedule posts, and I can see my 4 posts that are scheduled. One thing you might notice is that I have now created 2 sets of posts on Thursday. For my next post, I want to focus on the season. So I can see, let me click on Facebook to start a post. I can see, looking at my calendar, that this is the last full week before we get into November. So I want my audience to start thinking about the upcoming holiday of Thanksgiving. So for this post, I'm going to create one focused on holiday travel. So my post says, "Can you believe November is only 1 week away? Have you booked your Thanksgiving travel plans yet?" Because I'm specifically focusing on 1 week away, I want to schedule this post on Wednesday because that would make November 1 full week away. So I'm going to schedule these posts on Wednesday. This time I'm going to select a morning time. So I'm going to pick 8 a.m. I need to add media. So this one I'm going to pick Terminal C. This one has 0 cost associated with it. So because I'm trying to reach multiple audiences, I'm going to schedule this post again across multiple platforms. So I'm going to schedule it on Wednesday at 8 a.m. on Facebook. Let's do Instagram at 8 a.m. on Wednesday. We can also schedule this to YouTube because this one is a video, as well as TikTok, Twitter, and Pinterest. So I've decided to schedule this post across all 6 platforms, all on the same day at the exact same time. This might work out for the best, this might not. So I can see now that I've added this post to my schedule. And then let's create one last set of sample posts. For this last set, I'm going to focus on my Hipster Mom Cami and Seaside Sally profiles, which both have children. So for this one, again, I'm going to go ahead and start with Facebook. My caption this time says, "What is the craziest item you found in your child's backpack this semester?" So the media I'm going to pick is backpack and school supplies. This one will cost $95. Looking at my optimal times to post, I'm going to schedule this one for Tuesdays. I'm going to schedule it for Tuesdays at noon. I'm going to use Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. So we've got Tuesday at 12 noon for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. Now that I have each of these 4 scheduled, I can click Schedule All Posts. For the purposes of our video, these are the only sample posts that I'm going to create for today. I encourage you to look back through each of these profiles and create posts that resonate with each individual target market. Once you've used all your budget and created hopefully a minimum of 42 posts, remember we want to create one post per day per platform at a minimum, you can click Run Simulation. Once I click Run Simulation, because I have not spent all of my budget, it will ask me, do you want to use the additional $345 so I can keep working, or I could just click Run Simulation, which will take me to the results for round 2. We'll pick up round 3 next week, and we'll start by analyzing our posts for round 2, and then talk about some strategies for creating posts in round 3.